At this point, I'd like to recognize Senator Webb to cast a vote.
Thank you, and I want everybody to know, even though had to be in and out, I was listening to the testimony, and most of my position's already been said. I'm going to vote no on this bill today because I do not want to interject myself with trained medical professionals. My father was a doctor of optometry, and I always deferred to him on those issues. I also represent children, and I've represented adults that have actually gone through therapies. We've talked a lot about juvenile justice in this session, and I think our hearts are in the right place. When I think of juvenile justice, we've also talked a lot about mental health services, which I think we have woefully underfunded for decades in this Commonwealth. And there are deserts, such as where I represent, of mental health access, opportunity, and affordability. I can't in good conscience go against medical community and parental rights. I think one of my colleagues stated earlier very eloquently that, and I've had these discussions with some groups, how to reconcile my parental rights votes as a parent and my faith and parental rights and be all over the board with it, choosing issues. So I believe in parental rights until something goes wrong, and there's mechanisms in this state we utilize now when parents make bad decisions and bad choices. And those mechanisms are still in place. My faith requires me to look at humanity and look at individuals in their humanity. We're all flawed in our humanity, and my faith allows me to offer myself and love to individuals and not hate them, to embrace them like Jesus did on the cross, And I prayed a lot about this. My faith requires me to vote no on this particular bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
2 days later.
Senator from Carter, cast your vote.
I'm going to vote aye today, reluctantly. My position is somewhere between the gentleman from McCracken and Senator from Christian. After hearing the evidence on the original bill, which was I couldn't sit through that hearing without tears in my eyes the whole time. That's how I felt about that bill. I'm not a doctor. We should not interject ourselves into the KMA guidelines and standards of care. That is not our purview. This bill is better and actually has some things that I can live with or agree to, or maybe even hope goes to court. So let's put it out there. But I have a great deal of respect for the chairman who sat and listened to the testimony, unlike many of the folks in this room, and deferred to the testimony and looked in the eyes of the individuals that were testifying and the people in the audience and truly came with an option that was realistic and rational. And I appreciate that, and everybody should appreciate that. I don't like that process in this. What are we afraid of with a process like getting this bill? Really? Tabling one bill, and then here it comes today. I don't know about you all. I've had bills going through and things happening. I really hadn't had time to sit down and digest this or even discuss it. What are we afraid of in civil discourse and relying on experts and stakeholder testimony? This is not the process that we can do better. Somebody said that earlier. And again, juvenile justice, let's think about that as we continue to go into the next session with the task force for every juvenile in Kentucky. And parental choice, let's be consistent in that as we move forward and not just pick and choose what we want. Thank you.